I'm Dan Heiser, the Dean of St. Norbert's College's Schneider School of Business and Economics, and very happy to be with you here this morning. If you have the opportunity to talk with people from St. Norbert and ask them what the special sauce that makes St. Norbert special, they will often eventually get around to the conversation of talking about localitas and communio. And for those of you who are not current on your Latin, roughly translates of serving where you live, of integrating in the community, finding the needs of the community and providing that service. And at St. Norbert College, we try to live that mission and have tried to do so for the last 125 years. So when we look at service to the community as the College of Business and Economics, our audience and our community is well represented in the room today. And so as we look at the services we're providing, we obviously have our degree programs. We launched a new MBA degree, which was refreshed this past year. So for those of you who find yourself in a war for talent and you're looking for a way to retain and develop your future leaders, would encourage you to take a look at our graduate programs. For the undergraduate programs, we're also trying to make sure that we are staying up to time. So you've heard a lot about technology and analytics earlier today. We just recently graduated our first majors in data analytics in a program that we launched just a few years ago. We're also announcing that we've got a new program in sports management, which will launch in the fall. So a lot of curricular development that we're looking forward to. We're also the proud home of the Center for Exceptional Leadership, which is actually an initiative that was launched based on conversations that occurred in an event like this at New North. And we had early investors who were part of New North. We really are thankful that they helped lay the foundation for what is really a vibrant opportunity to develop the professional leadership. I also encourage you to attend the NUMA event after lunch, where we're going to be announcing an exclusive frontline leadership program exclusively for NUMA members. So looking forward to that. We also have the Center for Business and Economic Analysis, which Barb Lemieux mentioned earlier. We've been doing a lot of work between the CBEA and the New North, and again, trying to figure out where the needs are and how we meet them. We also have the Strategic Research Institute, which has been a great resource to the community. I know they've done some market research studies for a lot of people. So if we can be of service, our mission is to be the hub of business intelligence for Northeast Wisconsin. We know where we're from, we know where we live, and we're looking forward to working with you all. As we look towards next year, I also want to celebrate another milestone. Our CEO Breakfast Series is celebrating our 25th year. And to put that in perspective, if you actually count the number of James Bond films, they have 26. We had to lay off a year for COVID, but they've got a writer's strike they have to deal with. So we'll keep count and see whether we catch up or not. But it's shaping up to be a great program next year, and I encourage you to check it out. Great opportunity to meet with thought leaders from the region, and a great opportunity to network with other leaders. So looking forward to that. But I've saved the big news for last, and about 30 minutes ago, the president announced that the Schneider family has made a very generous gift, and we're going to be building a new business building right on campus at the foot of the bridge, and it's going to be designed in such a way that we can invite the community in. And we're really looking forward to that new facility, which should be opening in fall of 2025. So look forward to seeing you on campus very soon. Okay, I now have the great privilege of introducing Corey Behnke, co-founder, lead producer of LiveX, and the co-founder of Cheesehead TV. Corey is the co-founder of LiveX, a live streaming production company headquartered in New York City, with a newly built remote facility in downtown Green Bay. He is also the co-founder of Cheesehead TV, an online platform devoted to Packer fans worldwide, where he co-hosts Packer Transplants Live. Corey has been the lead producer of the official worldwide webcast for New Year's Eve in Times Square for over 15 years, viewed by over 6 million people in over 200 companies. He was the streaming architect for the 2020 Democrat National Convention, as well as the 2020 presidential inauguration. Nominated for an Emmy Award for his work as technical producer on Daily Burn 365, Corey has served as broadcast or technical producer for several major events and television shows, including the PGA Ryder Cup, opening and closing ceremonies, 50 Cent Live in Las Vegas, Washington Week on Tour with the late Gwen Ifill, and Fiesta Latina Live from the White House. Corey was born in Green Bay, graduated from the University of North Carolina School of the Arts, and lived in New York City for 22 years before returning to Wisconsin. Let's roll the intro.
Thank you, Dan, for that intro. Let's make sure my remote works from here. Let me tell you about the power of place. I was born in Green Bay, Wisconsin. There we go. I grew up with 3 grandfathers who loved the Green Bay Packers. That's me in the helmet. True story, my great-grandpa Urban Bruner had an orchestra, and they played on the ferry from Ludington to Manitowoc in the 20s and 30s. My family moved to Los Angeles. I never really lived here. And then to North Carolina, and I graduated in North Carolina to pursue my journey as an actor, believe it or not. I thought I wanted to be an actor from when I was 6 years old to about when I was 25. Me in Little League. That actually is me in that headshot. Don't let my girlfriend tell you it's someone different. I did look like that a long time ago. When I wasn't working as an actor, how many actors have said that? A lot. I needed a job, so I started freelancing as a production assistant. In 2003, I secured a job as a PA, a production assistant for New Year's Eve in Times Square. That's me, got my Packers hat on, I'm on the drum set, I really like drums, I thought it was pretty cool. I walked into a broadcast truck that kind of looked like this, and my entire life pivoted. It's funny when you think you're going to do something your whole entire life, and then your whole entire life changes because of one experience. But that's what happened to me. In this picture, this is from Players Tribune. This is actually me directing in the center. Just kind of show you what a broadcast truck looks like for those of you that don't know. A lot of TVs. Used to be a lot of yelling and screaming, but we've changed that. It's not like that anymore. Over time, I worked my way up as a live stream broadcast producer, and I created the first official New Year's Eve Times Square webcast. This is me looking important. I like this picture because I kind of look like I'm doing something, but I'm not really doing anything. I'm just talking on comms. 23 years later, the show is still going strong with over 6 million people watching around the world. And now, in the last 2 years, we actually distribute the feed from Green Bay to the entire world, which is pretty incredible. This is from this year. Our team members, Green Bay, our new Green Bay facility on the bottom right, and just our live broadcast truck in the middle of Times Square. After working on hundreds of shows as a freelancer and head of production at livestream.com, I left and I started LiveX in 2015. with a really heavy non-compete, like serious non-compete. Didn't know what I was doing. I had $6,000 in rent of a place I rented in Hudson Yards, Manhattan. And here we go. What is LiveX? We're a live streaming services company providing full production services like New Year's Eve and smaller shows. We're an experiential and creative services company for live events and activations. We do broadcast system integration, which means we build other people's studios, other people's control rooms. This is the control room on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange for the company Cheddar that we built, and is still running strong. Some of you might know Cheddar because when you get your gas, they show the Cheddar videos at the gas station. And our own facility in New York. This is in Hudson Yards, Manhattan. We have a studio and a master control room. In August of 2018, LiveX produced a fully remote, this is 2018, so pre-pandemic, fully remote live stream for the 118th US Amateur Championships in Pebble Beach, California. This, I want to show you because this is the start of our remote broadcast journey. So we had 2 camera feeds at rehearsal, 4 camera feeds in the studio in Pebble Beach. All 6 camera feeds, this is in 2018, are coming back to our New York facility. So these are the look of the feeds, sub 500 milliseconds at the time. Coming back, we would sync them, and then we were in our New York facility making the show, which saved our client 60% of what they paid the year before. This journey found me in Milwaukee in 2020 for the DNC. Here's our LiveX truck in the middle of the convention center, which of course many of you know, there were supposed to be thousands of people and there ended up being only 150 of us working on the show. So even though we'd been doing remote broadcast successfully for 2 years, it was Milwaukee that opened my eyes to the enormous possibilities for our industry. Remote previously had been about 10% of our business. The pandemic made it 250% of our business. It's one thing to theorize or do small shows, but when you can do something very big, like the DNC, in a very big way, it changes your life. So these are some virtual production solutions that we do now. And I want to show you a video that encompasses our work in the last 2 years for remote production.
Well, I do have the time stone. And there were 3 questions, burning questions that I needed the answers to. So
we're able to reduce the uninsured rate.
Good morning, Jason. So my question is
times and is now, and how the transfer of power is
A picture, okay. Our first picture is from Nikki.
Real quick, your question to Peyton, yeah. To me, listening to that sounds like Peyton, and I literally...
Having that knowledge and that background that's been passed down.
The model of the 1918 pandemic.
Whose program lets our fishermen sell their diverse states, home to 23 indigenous sovereign nations.
I want to see all my friends. I want to be on the basketball court doing 1v1s with
that these lessons learned, in addition to the education they receive, will be carried with them for the rest of their lives.
I could get distracted. Y'all are having so much fun in the chat, and I so appreciate you.
My 6th in a row, so it's a pretty special place.
A really long-standing friend. Quality of games that have recently launched an assistant.
Molly, since Erica brought up the Olympics.
To enhance the education of children.
Ooh, I guess some of these people were subject to your direction. Maybe we should ask them.
Focused on community and greater interactivity.
Most dependent on cameras and were at least aware of what it's doing.
My dad grew up on an island where he was an American citizen but was not allowed to vote in these elections.
Show me your wall.
I want you to do is I want you to get your walk ready. You may have walked for a little bit.
Walk it like I'm talking. You saw our walk. Now we want to see yours. You walk hard. See if you can get
They say I can't, I say so what?
We have built one of the most advanced broadcast facilities in the United States right here in the New North. Our Green Bay broadcast facility was opened in April 2022. It's a broadcast studio with a working kitchen and master control room, 4 remote master control rooms. And this picture is an example of Congressman Mike Gallagher. We actually helped him get on ABC This Week, Sunday about 5 weeks ago. And I love it because I love how he's business on the top and Wisconsin on the bottom. It's kind of how I like to roll. This is our master control room in Green Bay. Remote is in our DNA. This is from an election coverage event that we did last November, covering elections that weren't really prominent in the national media. And this is an example I'd love to show you guys of where I think remote is going, and that we're not done with remote. We're not done with hybrid. We're not done with any of this stuff. We're only going to innovate and increase it. So this is for a pharmaceutical company. On the left, we had 2 doctors from Los Angeles in a green screen. On the top right, we have Columbus, Ohio, a doctor in Columbus. And on the bottom, you can see we put them all 3 together as if they're in a room together talking. And then all together with graphics and everything else, it looks like this. And, you know, this is the future, right? Telepresence, we've always said it's here, but, you know, this really can be very compelling to bring people together in a way from all different places in different ways. So why Green Bay? Why New North? Based on network effects over time, most live production is done on site, which typically means Los Angeles or New York. But what about raising a family? What about not spending all your time on a commute? Something I did not coin, but something that I fully embrace for our company is this idea of lifestyle savings. You know, fishing for walleye is important. Antiquing, gardening for me is important. My first 3 seasons of gardening have happened this last 3 years. It's been incredible. Not that you can't garden in New York City, but I never had light, so I always thought I was terrible, and turns out I'm not terrible. And being available to family and friends, right? I spent 20 years not being available to the people that I love and the people that I care about. And so some of those things are why Green Bay, and some of those things are, you know, this is a very special place, unique like no other, and people love to work here. And so many people in our industry, they work at a local news station and then they have to go somewhere else. They work at their first place out of college and then they have to go somewhere else. What if they don't? It's an amazing place. The new remote workforce can be anywhere, so why not the New North? This is really cool, by the way. One of our first live streams we got to do with AJ Dillon at Kroll's West, which for those of you that don't know Kroll's West, please get a Butterburger at your earliest convenience because it's really good. Highly recommend. And I want to show this next slide is something that I didn't anticipate happening, but something that I think is really incredible for our industry and for what we do at LiveX, and especially in the local community. So we recently have been working with Schneider, and we actually produced their live stream for their new innovation center, The Grove. And these are some examples of what the actual live stream that went out, the animation, and then their president and some of their C-level executives talking about the innovation center. And this is just one of the many ways that we can help a lot of companies here get their messaging out and utilize live streaming to help their business and help everything that they're trying to do. The power of place is here in Green Bay, and I really want anybody, highly encourage you to come see our facility. I will personally give you a free tour and see everything that we have going on here in Green Bay. Thank you.
Thank you, Corey, and thank you for seeing the power of this place here in Green Bay and the New North. Great initiatives to recruit and train individuals are happening across the New North region. Here's a sample of some of the best in class, talent in education.